And she's part of it. Yeah. Here. Me and Lady all. I'd like to bring the mayor and town council meeting for Tuesday, August the 11th, 2026 to order. We are in the Worcester County Government Center boardroom, room 1102. I'd like to welcome everyone, and at this point, I would like to stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. You may be seated. Okay, on our agenda, number 3, we have a proclamation recognizing August as National Wellness Month. And I would like to read this at this point. A proclamation recognizing August 2026 as National Wellness Month. Whereas the health, wellness, and well-being of individuals, families, and communities are essential to creating a vibrant, productive, and thriving community. And whereas National Wellness Month encourages people of all ages to focus on healthy habits that support physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. And whereas wellness is enhanced through activities such as regular exercise, healthy eating, quality sleep, stress management, preventative health care, meaningful social connections, and mindfulness practices. And whereas investing in personal wellness contributes to improved quality of life, stronger families, greater workplace productivity, and healthier community for all. Whereas National Wellness Month serves as an opportunity to raise awareness, inspire positive lifestyle choices, and celebrate the organizations, healthcare providers, wellness professionals, employers, and employees, community groups that promote healthy living. Whereas the town of Snow Hill encourages residents to take time throughout the month of August to prioritize self-care, support one another, and embrace practices that foster lifelong wellness. Now, therefore, I, Janet T. Simpson, Mayor of Snow Hill, Maryland, do hereby proclaim August 2026 as National Wellness Month in the town of Snow Hill and encourage all residents to participate in activities that promote healthy living, personal well-being, and community wellness. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the town of Snow Hill, Maryland, to be affixed this 11th day of August in year 2026, and attested by Rick Pollock and Janet T. Simpson, Mayor. So there we go for that. And now we have a citizen spotlight. So at this time, the blessing of the Combines Committee, will you please come forward? And let's see. And and you can line up around, I think you come on this side, so if you come on this side. Oh, well, I'll get you to turn around at some point, why don't you just turn around and show everybody right now, see, last thing you showed is online t-shirts. Okay, then come on, and some of you want to come over on this side too? Okay, so, let's see here, I suppose everybody knows who's up here. Do we know everybody? Becky, you wanna go ahead and start who we have here for the blessing? This is Blessings of the Combines Committee.
I'm Becky Payne, coordinator, and I guess.
Founder, yes, founder.
I'm Lainey and I'm the granddaughter, part of the family and set up everything.
Okay, great. And Diana?
Diana, the only non-farm family member.
I'm Kirby Burrington. I'm one of the daughters, and this is one of her granddaughters, Elena. And I'm Courtney, another daughter.
Okay, well, welcome all of you. And I have a Citizen Spotlight Certificate of Respect and Gratitude for you. And it's presented to the steering committee of the Blessing of the Combines. Whereas over the course of the past 26 years, can you believe it? Becky? The annual Blessing of the Combines event has become a signature identifying community celebration, establishing Snow Hill as a leader in recognizing the vital importance agriculture represents for our way of life. Both from practical application of growing and harvesting the crops to the deepest expressions of gratitude for the blessings bestowed upon our neighboring farmers and their families. Whereas upwards of 5,000 people, I think Chief had 5,200 pings this time, and more to come to Snow Hill this past August 1st for the day of reverence and celebration, supporting our local business community with their dollars, but more importantly with their spirit and goodwill for Snow Hill and our townspeople. And whereas an event the size and scope of the Blessing of the Combines can only take place with the determination and driven commitment of community-minded volunteers who genuinely grasp the critical nature of the cause and are willing to sacrifice personal comfort for thousands of hours of hard work in the planning and execution of the event. And whereas the town of Snow Hill wishes to lift up the members of the steering committee of the Blessing of the Combines event and publicly acknowledge their hard work, love of the community, and unselfish contributions to this outstanding Eastern Shore event, understanding that without them, there would be no celebration. Now, therefore, I, Janet T. Simpson, Mayor of Snow Hill, Maryland, do hereby recognize the following members of the steering committee of the Blessing of the Combine event for superior community engagement and extraordinary volunteer public service, continuing the tradition of this original Snow Hill event year after year for the last 26 years. With respect and gratitude, we recognize Ashley Brewington, Kirby Brewington, Brooks Clayville, Jennifer Divis, Brianna Dix, Jennifer Carmine Finney, Betsy Long, Diana Nolte, Becky Payne, Annette Powell, Courtney Powell, Mike Brew, and Arlene Weaver, and wish them the best in good health and happiness in all the years to come. They are our Citizen Spotlight for August 2026, presented this 11th day of August 2026, attested by Rick Pollock and Mayor Janet Simpson. So congratulations. We'll just come all in close and hold on to the proclamation if you want to. Got it? Okay. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you all. I should have. Oh, you know what? Can you come back up one more time? I want the council to be with you too. Can we get a picture, another picture real quick? Thank you. Justin asked you to do this again. Rick, you want to join us? Sure. Come on up. We'll get them here too. Yes. Because they support everything. Okay, here we go. Got this.
Nice to meet
Yes.
Okay, all right, thanks again.
Thank
This is
you.
it. This is it. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so we have some presentations, beginning with George Smith of Susquehanna Operational Services LLC, update on water and sewer operations. Do you want to give an introduction to this at all, Mr. Pollitt?
Well, sure. Mr. Smith is not a stranger to a number of us. If you'll recall several years ago, when we were between superintendents at our wastewater treatment plant and struggling to know just how we were going to keep the thing going and get it back on track because we were in a jam several years ago. So we contracted with Mr. Smith and his company, Susquehanna Operational Services, to come in, and they frankly turned the plant around. They recognized immediately what needed attention, gave it that attention, had the unanimous support of the mayor and the council to do the changes that needed to be done. We also went out and recruited a new superintendent. You all got to know Bobby Wilt over the last couple of years and see what a tremendous job he did leading what I call the recovery of the wastewater treatment plant and basically our water and sewer systems as well. Bobby came to us from Wallops Island this summer. His family grew by one new baby, and he decided to go back to Wallops Island and go back to the community where he came. And so right now we are advertising for a new superintendent at the plant. But in the meantime, we've invited George and his son Jordan, who is here, and Dominic DeLake, who I've worked with in the past, to come in and sort of bridge the gap between superintendents again. And we're in very, very good hands. As you know, the difference now is that we've got a plant that's back on track. It's fulfilling all the obligations we have with the state of Maryland. We are under the consent order that obligates us to continue that progress. We couldn't have a better steward of that effort on board than George Smith and Susquehanna. So we're very happy to have you back. Hopefully we won't take you too long, but we're in good hands. And we just love to hear an update from you on what you found, what you have underway, and what we can expect going forward.
Well, thank you, Mr. Pollock, and good evening, Mayor and Council. We're happy to be back again and help you out. I will say the plant is in a lot better shape than when I was down here 4 years ago.
Good to hear.
You are in compliance, and I did note that your previous superintendent did submit the ENR annual grant information, and you're eligible for that grant for 2025. So you should be getting that. I think your size plant's about 30,000. Through July of this year, you're right on track to get that again with meeting total nitrogen and total phosphorus. And I've only noted that you had one minor pH violation. We have corrected that happened before our tenure, and we've corrected what the issue was with that. We've gone through the entire plant. As you know, we submitted a July report for you
Yes.
and noted
It's in the
some
packet.
deficiencies we've corrected. And if you have questions about those, I'm going to let Jordan speak about that.
Okay.
As far as the consent order, we're up to speed with that. You're in good shape on that as well. I have one little issue with your consent order that I don't agree with that it needs to put in there. And we can discuss that as we move forward. And I think it can be easily changed. We'll provide you with documentation and justification of why we believe that should come out of the consent. Other than that, if you have questions, I'm going to let Jordan take over here. He's our general manager. And yeah.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Come on up, Jordan.
Good evening. My name is Jordan Smith. I'm the general manager for Susquehanna. Just want to introduce Dominic DeLage. He's the superintendent that's going to be taking care of you guys. Dominic and I are going to be working closely together. As my dad said, your plant's in pretty good shape. Only a few minor things. You guys have any questions about the report that was submitted for July?
Council, under department reports, it is D, water and wastewater. Want to turn to that, take a look at it?
While you look through it, I'll just tell you, we went through both the wastewater plant, all of your wells and your pump stations, along with your current town staff operator. And everything looked pretty good.
If I could just add, you have been in touch with, and I believe she's been on site, our enforcement officer or contact with the Maryland Department of Environment.
We've had contact.
We've had contact.
She knows you're on board and
Yeah.
knows that we're.
Yeah.
Proceeding.
We do have to send the compliance division a letter. I'll type you a draft, because it needs to come from the town, that you are designating us as your superintendent. Just a formality to be emailed.
We try to not have any surprises with MDE, that we have them on board with everything we do, every step of the way.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So, Dominic, are you gonna be staying down here? Because Port Deposit is a long ways from Snow Hill.
He's not in Port Deposit.
Okay, I'm at Berlin. Oh, you're in Berlin, okay, yeah,
It's a lot closer,
yeah, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Good.
but I do make several trips down here throughout the week, especially in the beginning. We spent 2 weeks at the plant, my dad and I, every day, which we have no problem. If that comes more, we're happy to do it. If anytime you guys need something, pick up the phone, call, and I'll be down here. So it's not a problem.
Okay, good to hear.
We did catch a few small things that were out of permit before, such as your effluent composite sampler, by your MPDES discharge permit, you got that low pace 24-hour composite sampling that was not set up correctly or had been changed at some point. So we had a company, WG Malden, come down and correct all that. It's just a signal issue from the flow meter. We also, while he was here, corrected a few other flow meters at the wastewater treatment plant. From your reactor to the SCADA system, we found a few problems in there. Had them correct, so that way everything's back up to where it should be.
Okay. Good to hear. Any other questions from council? No. Okay, all right, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate doing that trip.
Yeah, thank you.
Commission will ask to be.
Yes, we've gone over your report, so. Okay.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Thank you very much. Okay, the next is a report on the Maryland 250 Citizens Academy that's coming up by Mimi Sesnovic.
One for you and Chris. Good evening, I'm Mimi Sisnovic. I chaired the first program of the Citizens Academy, and I provided with you a document on what exactly we did with citizens in county, citizens in town. First of all, I'd like to thank Paul for helping me get the grant. We're the only municipality on the lower shore to get a grant from the Maryland 250 Commission to conduct this. We received $1,000 so that we can buy supplies and provide for a graduation ceremony and have some fun. So, during the first academy, our citizens learned about planning and zoning, the police department, the fire, our public schools and how they work with the town, the historic district, downtown and economic development, public works and wastewater treatment, and technology. Rick, with your staff and everyone helping us, it was a very successful presentation. Our goal was to have a commitment to our citizens for transparency, education, and good community engagement, which was part of the historic milepost of what our history of our country has been. The participants in the academy overwhelmingly loved what we did. They got a better understanding of the town, that the presentations were of quality, there was great organization. They liked the location that we moved around the town to different events. We took them on field trips. And the fact that we use technology and encourage them to have community involvement. When we asked at the end of the time in a exit interview, so to speak, what was the best? And the best, Randy, your public works
There you go,
and
Randy.
your sewer department was the one they loved the best.
Yay.
So, Randy, if you'd be so kind to come up, we have a certificate to use. Oh, it's just all fell apart. We'll have to get you a new break.
We'll have to call for the word.
Oh.
Welcome back, yeah, that's all public works. But this is a certificate of appreciation to Randy, presented by your outstanding presentation.
I think.
An informative overview of the public works and the wastewater treatment plant. It was the standout and the favorite of the entire Citizens Academy. You gave our citizens a valuable understanding of the important work and services provided to our community. And we thank you for your dedication, your expertise, and commitment to educating our residents. So I will get you a new frame on that one. Yeah, picture. Yeah. Move this out of the way. Sorry about that, Frank.
On to you.
Don't have to have a mug shot.
There we go.
They like the fact that the citizens who participated in the academy like the fact that they were able to see something that they always complain about, the water bills, the sewer treatment plant, public works doing or not doing something, and they got to see and meet with the staff involved. Our second close, you guys were running for the fall academy, was the police department and the fire department. We started out at the fire department. We kind of scared the chief when all the participants picked out their own vehicle. They wanted to drive that night. But they also went over the ambulance fund, and we were able to get you several more new members from our participants. With school and economic development, there was positive feedback. They saw how community growth in the future of Snow Hill can work. One interest that we're going to add to the fall is a history of Snow Hill. They want to know more about the historic district, how the town was founded, meaningful events that have occurred. We're also going to take a look at the charter and the town code, take a look at downtown programs in Main Street, historic rules and regulations, flood zones, river waterway improvements. People said that it was informative and well organized. They now understand how Snow Hill government works. They got to meet town staff and elected officials. And so we felt that on both sides, both participants and the team that worked in the academy, that we educated residents about local government while strengthening connections between citizens, town officials, and the broader Snow Hill community. We'll begin on September 23rd, and I ask anyone here who might have an interest, I have applications, that you join us. We're going to do history, public works again. We'll be at the police department. He wants to use some of he's got a grant for some video work that he's going to allow you to get involved in a scenario. If you'd like to do some shoot 'em up bang bangs, we'll go back to the fire department. We'll take a look at historic standards and planning and what are the next steps. So that was the biggest problem. They said, what do I do? I live in Snow Hill. My house was built in 1950. It's historic. Yes. And they don't realize that. So, there's things that they need to know, and then it's just the simple paperwork of how do I go about talking to Dan about getting permits to do things with my house in town. So it's been very beneficial. I hope that in your negotiations and with each other on the budget, maybe in the next budget circle, we can find some funds to continue the program. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie.
Okay, number 6 on the agenda, approval of minutes. We have July 7th, work session, July 14th, regular meeting, and July 28th, closed session, special meeting, and work session. If there are any questions or corrections that haven't already been sent in, are we good? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the following 3 dates with meetings?
I make a motion to approve the July 7th, July 14th, and July 28th minutes.
Okay, do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hearing no dissension, the minutes for the 7th of July, the 14th of July, and the 28th of July are approved. Right, number 7, we have treasurer's report. Treasurer,
As of June 26, 2026, we have $3,404,249.92. July 26, 2026, $3,084,345.41.
anything from finance to add to these reports or at this time? No, nothing to add? Okay. All right. Any questions from council? We're good?
I'm good.
You
Yeah.
good? You got your questions
I did.
answered? Anybody else?
Excellent. Thank you. Appreciate it. Very well.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, it's unanimous, so that the treasurer's report is approved. Okay, number 8, town manager's report. Mr. Pollock, anything to add?
Well, I can give an update on one of my categories. Would like to say once again that we did very well with county commissioners this year with our budget requests. They came through in ways that, are more than what, we've been used to getting, and so we appreciate that. I noted in my report that we would be invited to apply for grant funds under the county small projects fund, expected to come out later this summer or early fall. Actually, we received the invitation today from the county finance office.
Oh, we did.
And I've already shared it with staff, and we're gonna be looking at that as a principal source for the multi-purpose basketball courts that we've been negotiating for with Board of Education and county. So that is our targeted fund for that project, but now that we've got that in hand, or at least the application process is in hand, we're gonna go ahead and give that our full attention.
Okay. All right, any questions for the town manager?
Yeah, the high-speed internet talks with Talkie Fiber. I understand that they're a little reticent to put fiber optic cable in town, even though they've done a number of conduits. Is he talking about putting like a burst transmitter on the water tower and
Yes.
shooting that out from there?
Yes, sir. Be nothing in the ground.
No.
People will have their own dishes, similar to a satellite dish for your television.
Yes.
And then, the main signal will go off of the water tower.
And, did he give you a timeline on when he would be able to get that in there, or do we have to? Because currently we have charged $300 bucks a month for, or what is it? A quarter for rent of the tower? We're gonna stay with the $300?
Actually, our fees committee is looking into. We believe that we are not getting the revenue we should from space on the water tower, so we're gonna be looking at that. And, does anybody remember if he gave us a target timeline?
No, it just, it seemed like they were ready to roll.
I think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's, you know,
He shared with us a sample MOU and paperwork that we would need to do, so I want to share that with Maureen as well, but,
And you spoke with the owner, Andrew Gamatti.
no, I can't tell you his name. They were not based they were based in Chestertown.
That's their headquarters.
Right, yeah, they weren't from the Snow Hill branch.
I know at one point maybe they had floated the notion of turning the old liquor dispensary building into their southern hub. But they remediated flash mold in there once and came back. So, yeah, as quickly as they're ready to roll, we should help them out. Fiber optic speed is, usually this has been, for a long time, it's been a divide between urban centers and rural, and technologically, the rural states have always been kind of left behind. So anything we can do to kind of.
Absolutely, and this is the least intrusive way to provide the service as well, as far as the underground infrastructure and so forth.
From what I understand, he's not even gonna drill into that tower, it's just magnets for the transmitter. Thank you.
Do you know how much of an increase we got for the general unrestricted fund?
It's a $55,000 increase.
And the amount for the sidewalks and everything else is
It was
what?
what we had requested, it was $110,000 for sidewalk. $100,000 extra for Bank Street.
Okay, thank you. All right, Department reports, economic development, Jen Divis is not with us.
She's on vacation.
She's on vacation, but if you have any questions for Mr. Pollock, we'll answer or try to get an answer for you.
No, email later.
Councilperson Fletcher,
I'm good.
you good? Okay, next is code enforcement, Mr. Brandery.
Nothing to add. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, any questions?
Yeah, you got the annex plan, the concept of what Summerfield is trying to put in. Did they specify whether it's single family homes, it's townhomes, or any of that in their concept drawing at this point, square footage, stuff like that?
Yeah, they had actually a mix of different development units, townhouses, I believe duplex style units, single family homes. I don't remember the exact breakdown, but it was a interesting concept plan in that respect. That they had a variety of housing styles and products.
Do you have it with you or? Is it-
We have it available.
Okay. That's one.
You have another?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I noticed that 204 North Washington, got an inspection and conducted the floor plans for dimensions. Are they trying to rework that building? Cause it says that there's fees and registration and zoning permits for 204 North Washington.
Yeah, there's two tenants that need to apply for zoning permits. We are working with the manager to get a floor plan so we can determine the square footage. We believe there could be in compliance with the vacant non-residential ordinance, but I still need to verify that. So we did do an inspection. They've got to make some improvements, I think, in the building. Qualify, but we're hopefully going to get that information this week.
That's all I have.
Any other questions from council?
Willow Street,
202,
how's it going? No, 301.
301.
301 Willow Street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Preston Reed's project.
Press.
Well, we've been in contact with the potential purchaser. We're going somewhat back and forth about survey requirements. He's indicated at one time that he would pay for the cost of the survey. We identified the easement area with dimensions that we think we need to protect the pump station property and our access to it. So there's some going back and forth about whether or not we're gonna share that cost of the survey now, and if he has all the information needed, or if the surveyor has all the information needed as far as details about the location of underground utilities, piping and so forth. So, that's where it's at right now.
And that's right up to today, including today. There's been quite a bit of email traffic today between all the parties trying to get that brought to a head soon so that we could go ahead and get a survey recorded to go with the ordinance so that we can go ahead and settle. But approve the sale and then go to settlement afterwards.
Okay. You have anything? No. Good?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Brandon, we thank you. Water and wastewater, we had, already in the beginning of the meeting, report. Grant's office, anything to add, Mr. Passett?
The only thing super pressing is that, and it's not from July, but it's from today. The bathrooms, we're gonna break ground the end of August, but because it's a potential event, September 11, 12, 13 in Sturgis Park. I checked with the engineers and that type of stuff, so we're not gonna start demo till after the 13th. But, I mean, demo on that shouldn't take very long.
Okay.
And then, so it doesn't really affect anything. It's basically just trying to make sure the bathroom's there in case a lot of people come to town. And so we don't have a big ugly hole.
Good.
So,
Okay.
and if anybody has any questions about anything else, I have tons of information in my head.
Any questions?
No.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bissett. Julia A. Purnell Museum, Ms. Lesko, did you have anything to add?
Just have a date change. We are having a decoy carving demo day for
Right.
Doug Fisher and Matt Johnson, and we have it in the report as the 17th. It had to move to the 3rd in the past few days. So it'll be October 3rd instead of
October
October
3rd.
17th because of a conflict with one of the carvers.
Okay. Can't wait.
Yeah, it should be good.
That'd be great. Questions from council?
Yeah, have you looked into your humidity problem in your
Oh.
archive section there?
No, we haven't had time yet to do that, but you and I did talk about that, and that is on my list to look at dehumidifiers
Yeah,
more.
that's the reason why paper doesn't last long.
Yes, it's
It's
not.
humidifier. We do have some options from the revolution. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Public Works now, Mr. Barfield. Didn't want to leave you out.
I have nothing to add unless somebody has some questions about how the water leaks.
How do we get 10 leaks in a month?
Okay, 3 of the leaks did not come from, just had nothing to do with it. There was then, the one at District Court on Bank Street had nothing to do with that. The one on Green Street or the one on Snow Street had nothing to do with it. The leaks that came in town, the 7 leaks that appeared. When all the wells were redone, submersible pumps were put in. The old pumps were 150 gallons a minute. These are 350 to 400 gallons a minute, which you've doubled.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is how it took place. And the only reason they had a problem on the eastern side is because it's a blow off. They had been installed when they were working on the water tower. Bobby had put one in on the intersection of Belt and Bay. So when the border pressure would hit a certain amount on that side of town, it automatically blow off. The western side had none. He just didn't think about it, whatever. But once you fix enough of these leaks, if you're the one doing it, you will figure out what the problem was. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
So that's where he came from.
Okay. And it's my understanding that fixing them cost, I'm talking to the finance, which was
$38,000. That is correct.
which is over 50% of the budget that we
That is correct.
And this is the first month of our fiscal year.
That is correct. And I was asked would insurance maybe go, I don't think insurance will cover them because those are towns, you know.
Way better.
That doesn't mean it can't still be put in or whatever, if Linnell and them know and they're wrong. But,
Thanks for fixing that. I appreciate
Mhm.
it. Were they old?
well,
The lines that
they're absolutely every line in this town. And, just, that's the facts.
It's a whole town.
I'll just add that currently we are still under last year's, final number, so there's some wiggle room. We budgeted higher just in case we knew that we were having some work done on the pumps.
Mhm.
And we wanted to also plan just in case, because we went over, we did go over last year, but we wanted to plan just in case it happened again. Did not plan for 10 places to get explode, but, I think with Randy, taking care of it, I think we should, hopefully, be better off. It won't be a drastic number to the end.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Yes, Ms. Collins.
Just wondering if Randy can give us hopefully a final update or a latest update on Chesapeake Utilities.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Connections.
All the water has been taken care of as far as it was in the gas line. Everything else, it's all been hooked back up. Propane is all in the lines. They're now working, going to the residents, notifying them, because they have to get into their house to relight their pilots for their, whether it be the hot water heater, the cook stove, their heat for the fall and winter. And they're in the process of taking tanks out, temporary tanks on the properties as well. They were hoping to be done by the end of this week. Myself, I don't think that's gonna happen. Hopefully by next week. Because a lot of people have work, moms and dads and all work, they're not home going a day and a half, so they gotta make arrangements to come later in the evening or have it has to work. Or even on weekends if need be. As far as the work they've done in the streets, as far as the digging and all, they've asked me about the contractor that I use for the town to repave those areas, because I'm not gonna let them leave the streets just with hot mixed in them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna reach out to him one day this week, or probably next, because I have so much going on. But, get him on board with them and get back with Rick, one of the supervisors or the engineers for Chesapeake, and let them know, and then the man can tell them what the cost is gonna be to have it done.
I just had one other thing, and I wanted to wait till Susquehanna had left. I know we're posted the job for the new superintendent of the wastewater treatment plant. And I'm looking at finance too, because I'm wondering if outsourcing it to a company like Susquehanna permanently a better solution than hiring somebody else to come in, take the job. Because, and the reason why I ask is because with these kinds of positions, everybody's looking for wastewater treatment people. I studied the boards for other towns and what they're looking for. And we have to pay what the market dictates for that kind of position, because everybody needs clean water. They need their commode to flush. Can we look at the option of seeing outsourcing versus bringing somebody in before we
Actually start this conversation with them.
Sounds good, because they have insurance and everything. Yes,
Any other questions for Mr. Barfield?
that's it from that.
That's it? Anything? Robert, you good? Okay, thank you for everything and solving that issue, that problem with the leaks. Great job. Police Department, Chief, how you doing?
Oh, well,
Good.
so, believe it or not, we're almost wrapping up our summer season of events. So September will wrap up we consider summer with the Bike Week event that will visit Snowville in September. Just as a testament to all of our activities that we host, from the Seafood Festival, all the way to plus other combines, it has very little impact on law enforcement. We have very little calls for service for that. Traffic was well behaved. People were well behaved. We had a couple of medical calls. But when you throw 5,000 people in our small town and not have one law enforcement call, it's just a testament to our town
Yes.
and to the people who certainly attended it. I know it was a little warm, not as hot as July 4th.
No.
We're still trying to recover from that, but, for the amount of people we have for those events, and not have really a lot of police action, certainly, makes our job much easier. Obviously, if everybody knows about the, crash we had on, the eve of Blessed Mother Combines with our, young man that was hit by a car. That investigation was pretty much wrapped up. We've added, more, we ordered more helmets, so, we're certainly going to be giving those out to, kids that we do see, and adults for that matter, who are riding bikes, without the proper, equipment. So, that will give us almost 300 helmets in 5 years that we've given out. So, we're going to continue to do that. And we're going to be working again with our high school, to try to get a video out so kids can see that on social media, and try to educate them the best we can. But beyond that, if there's any questions on my report, I'll certainly, answer them.
Okay. Council? No.
I don't have a question, but thank you. Chief, about those helmets, I believe I've stopped 4 kids in the last 2 weeks. I wish we could probably have maybe a safety course, invite kids or some other way to reach them.
Sure.
A couple of the children went the other way. I was trying to stop, but
So, also, I believe that your police officers ride around with spare helmets
We do.
in their vehicles.
Yeah. So we restocked up on those. So each officer
Even helmets.
typically should have about 3 or 4 helmets. We've gone away from the small size because we just don't encounter a lot of smaller children. It's mostly teenagers.
Okay.
Like I said, we just got a batch of 40, and so we'll be handing those out as we see fit. Plus, we will also be participating in the middle schools trick or treating, and we did do well last year, handing out a lot of stuff there. So
Citizens Academy helped out.
yes,
Pass those out. Okay. So you could stop kids and say, here's a helmet.
we
put it
do.
on,
Yeah,
right?
we do. Now it's up to obviously mom and dad or whoever they live with to sort of enforce that.
Yes.
We're doing our best to sort of educate.
right.
But at some point in time, we may have to start enforcing because again, kids today think they're bulletproof. And unfortunately, when a car strikes you or you just fall off a bike, some of these e-bikes can go 30, 40 miles an hour. So
Right.
they don't understand the danger. So our job's basically to educate.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Chief. Okay, fire department report is in your packet. Chief Pullen unable to make it this evening. If you have any questions, we will certainly reach out to him for you. Anybody, or just ask. Oh, yeah. I'll switch you fastly. We're gonna ask you too, but. Anything?
I'm good.
You good? Okay. All right, events and communications. We have Mr. Hall. Do you want to add anything?
Just to invite everybody out to see Field of Dreams on Saturday for Cinema Under the Stars. We're gonna have a pickup, with the ball game beforehand, starting at 7:30.
7:30. And the movie starts at 9.
Around 8:30.
8:30.
That's what the Sundowns said, so.
What's your movie?
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams. Okay. Any questions for him?
Great.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. We don't have the Snow Hill High School representative until September, October. We'll see when we have to, let's speak to, Principal Green, that. But I just want to say, I just want to really congratulate all staff with their, reports. You have such detailed and comprehensive reports, and it's some of the best I've seen in the past several years. And it really helps council and I, particularly, I know we try to get to a lot of the meetings, but if I miss a meeting, you guys have usually up to date in these reports, and they help us, make decisions with the way we should. So thank you all very much for, these reports, and they are so informative. Okay, all right, unfinished business. We have ordinance 2026-04. And Attorney Howarth, you wanna
Yes.
just review that? This is for the second reader.
Yes, second reader, and it's to increase the community revolving loan program amount to 20,000 from 10,000. The historical practice has recently been 20,000, and we're updating the code to reflect that.
Okay. Any questions by council? All right, do I have a motion to pass ordinance 2026-04 on the second reader?
I make a motion to pass ordinance 2026-04 on the second read.
Do I have a second?
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Hearing none, the ordinance 2026-04 on the second reader is passed. Okay, new business. Snow Hill Chamber of Commerce applications for alcohol licenses for the annual Seafood Fest in November 1st, right? Okay. The applications and the information is in your packet. Do you have any questions from council? No? Good? Councilperson Fletcher?
No.
No. All right, so we have a motion to approve the Snow Hill Chamber of Commerce applications for alcohol license for the annual Seafood Fest in November.
I make a motion to approve the special event alcohol license for the Snow Hill Seafood Festival.
Okay, do I have a second?
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hearing no opposition, the alcohol license is passed for Seafood Fest. Okay, comments from the public. And okay, we did not. You don't have public comment. Then we'll go to council. Councilperson Shockley, do you have anything you would like to comment about? Councilperson Longings?
I'd like to thank all of our volunteers for the blessing of the Kanbans. That was an outstanding event. I really look forward to that every year. Also, this Friday, Chamber Music by the Sea at All Hallows Church from 7 to 9. Some of the best musicians in the world coming by and playing for free. I'll check it out.
Fletcher, do you have any comments? You have any? You have the.
That'll be, our school's big bash will be on Wednesday, August the 26th. That's for all three schools.
Oh, the 26th. What time is that?
26th. They start at different times, so I'm gonna say 4:30 to 7, and then you'll cover each one in between.
Okay. Okay. All right. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, and, my last comment is, thank everyone for attending this evening, and, I just want to thank staff, and National Night Out was a good time. We had over 100 people with lots of food and event, prizes, and it was bringing the community together, and that's what we're all about, wanting to make sure that happens. And any of you that attended, I know some of you are nodding your heads. Thank you for coming to that also. And we've got still lots of events coming up, and first Friday is Chalk. What time?
September is Chalk the Town.
Chalk the Town, right?
If you know any artists that are interested in chalking the town, have them contact me. Just
Okay.
communications@snowhillmd.gov.
Okay,
Grant.
okay, all right, okay. What else?
School starts on the 31st.
Yeah, before we go back, not
Yeah.
too much.
Or Labor Day.
We're later.
And I think all the fall sports started. Did they start today or they start Wednesday? Okay,
Tomorrow,
tomorrow.
Wow. Okay. All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Do I have a second?
Aye.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is, thank you all.